you caught something there about the title.
Mm.
So let's see if this does it. Here we go. So, are we in the right place? Are we in the wrong place? Where are we? It says it's live.
We're live. I'll put it in the other chat that
Okay.
it's, yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. 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 I'm so glad we have wonderful, patient people in our lives. I really, so glad.
Me too. I'm just typing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna get it together. We
All
are
right.
gonna get it
Note in the
together.
chat. Hopefully they'll be, let me see if I can grab that one. And you can entertain us
Oh,
while I
I
try
can.
to find
Oh,
this link.
yeah. No, it's great. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome
I'm
again
just gonna,
to I know you're doing all the technical stuff behind us. Hi,
well,
everybody.
I'm
Welcome to
trying.
High Priestess Hype Club, our first
Oh
live we
yeah.
have done in a long time. Hello, everybody. Since February, Jules, we haven't been live. So here we are live.
We're doing
I'm
our
sorry we're
best.
late, guys. And, if you're watching this on a replay, you've got to miss all the insanity. Um, guys, I think I set it up right. And then I go to connect it and it just doesn't work right. So I'm doing something wrong and I'm sorry. And we will make this
We're
better the
gonna play
next time.
Mercury Retrograde too. We'll just do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Sorry, guys. We will figure out a better way to do this. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. It is very exciting. I haven't put makeup on and I don't know how long. Thank you for telling us we're live, Josh. Thank you,
Josh is
darling.
like, okay, guys, come on. No.
Yeah, come on, let's
Thank
move
you,
it.
Josh.
Yes, thank you, Josh. We appreciate you. Um, yeah, so Jules, we were talking about on the last, how life is going for us. So how is life going for you?
I'm just busy. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's dance studio stuff. It's a lot of work.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
glad we're trying to make time for this, even if it's
It
stream
takes a
drama.
minute. Yeah, stream drama. That's what I love that.
Stream
Stream
drama.
drama, y'all. Stream drama. Um, but we made it. We made it. So thank you for being
We
here.
made it.
So Julie, the dance studio that you guys are at, talk about a
Yeah.
little bit.
Talk about it a little bit. It's fun. We're
Yeah.
doing dance fitness stuff in
Hmm.
like a middle part of our town. It's fun. They've been open
Hmm.
about 6 months. We're about to finish the 6 months. It's a lot of fun.
It's
Bold
awesome.
Movement Studio. You can learn some
Yes.
stuff on the YouTubes. So,
Oh, that's right.
but it's fun because we got
Because
the dances up
things
there. If you're
on
in
the
Richmond,
on the YouTube.
Virginia, and you want to come
Hmm.
dance. It's
You guys
fun.
look. You look like you're having so much fun. Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like you guys look
it's
like you're
great.
having so much fun. Yeah. So I always comment, I'm like, come to Massachusetts, run a special, one in Massachusetts. You gotta.
Yeah,
So
I'm happy to be doing it again. It's
yeah,
good.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And you're
Yeah,
also teaching, Jules, right?
yeah,
Teaching some of
some.
the
Yeah,
some. That's fun. That's super fun.
yeah, it's
You know,
good.
it's one of those things I think where you love doing what you do. You know what I mean? Like when you get like you enjoy it, you look forward to it. It's like, what do they say? Find a job that you enjoy. You never really work a day in your life. And I know it's not a job, but it's something you're doing. So
Yeah, I used to do.
yeah,
I used to teach dance for a long time. I hadn't taught this format before, so we're learning
it's
new
very
things. We're
cool.
trying new stuff. It's good.
It's very cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's good to
So
be doing it
Bow
again.
Bow Movement Studio in Richmond, right?
Yep. Yep.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Um, like I was saying, I'm still in
What's up with
school.
you?
I'm in
Yeah.
school. Internship stuff is going to start soon, so I'm excited about that and get my hands in and try to help. And for some
Yeah.
of you may know, I'm in a degree right now, an associate's degree for drug and alcohol counseling. So I want to add that layer onto what I do and to help out people and a little bit more of the spiritual and like, some of the problem
That's really
solving
good.
kind of stuff with that. Yeah. So I'm really excited about it. And you know,
You should be.
it's not going to be the easiest job, but I think it's going to be super rewarding, and I think it'll be fun. And I think, I when I went in, I actually do have an internship, guys. So I went in for the internship. I was a little nervous because I'm like, well, should I go on with this color hair? And should I go on with these tattoos? Why, yes. So
Absolutely.
no one blinked, which was great.
Just be you.
Just be you. That's the lesson learned, right? Just be you. Seriously.
You found the right spot.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've been working on lately, and homework and classes and all that good stuff. So life is okay. Life is okay. It's just busy, I think. And I think we're all noticing that life is just getting a little more busy. I think we're going to talk about some planetary stuff tonight, guys, that might be really helpful to know why it's so busy and a little crazy. So yeah. So before Julie and I got on, and we had oh, thanks, Josh. Before we got on, we were talking about what's going on planetarily, and we said what's going on for July with this, with what's happening, but there's a lot going on in July. So Julie and I were saying that we're going to start with some of the major things that are going to be happening over the next week or so, and then whether we do it in a podcast for you guys or we come back on another live, we haven't quite figured it out, but we looked at it tonight and we went, you know what, that's going to be a lot, and we don't want to give you so much to think about, because there are a couple of big things that are happening that it would be good to focus on and see what's going on, right?
Yes.
So today, which is again Sunday, June 28th, we have the planet of Mars, which is all about action, direction, your passions, your desires, it's your movement, is moving into the sign of Gemini. So it's been in the sign of Taurus. And if you all know your Tauruses, they're very grounded, they're very practical. I remember a friend of mine who's a Taurus, I said to him, Happy New Year. I said, brand new year. And he's like, it's the next day, Mary. It's a new year.
Thanks, buddy. We're trying.
We're
trying to be positive here.
Right. So I love our Tauruses. They're great, but they're very practical. So right now, about taking action, you've been looking at things to take action around your job, your money, your things, your possessions. It could be your looks. It's all the things that Taurus Venus loves, because Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. Venus is all about love and beauty and dating. So you guys might be doing something different with your appearance. You might be going out and trying new things for dating if you're in that, market.
That realm.
Right. You might be cleaning things up, moving things around, changing out your look, changing out your jewelry, things like that. That's what was happening. Now we're going into Gemini. If you think about our Geminis,
that's why I bought all that makeup. Now I'm realizing why I bought so much makeup.
Yeah, but you bought really, I love your makeup.
Palettes rolling in the house. No, I'm sorry. I just put that together. I think I don't wear a lot of makeup. I bought 8 different palettes recently. Anyway, continue.
Choices.
Now we're in Gemini.
Choices. It's all right. So now
maybe my spending will go down.
It'll be more through conversation. So you may take those palettes and say, hey, what do I want to do with my look? And give the rest of the palettes to somebody. You'll have conversations.
And then give them to people who will use them.
Who will use them? I'm sorry. I have a bunch of palettes. This isn't I don't go with just one palette, girl. I think you're fine having a bunch, but so it's a lot about movement through conversations, moving through research, moving through what the Gemini stands for. So it's conversations, discussions, things like that. So, but in knowing that, what I'm also going to tell you is we have Mercury retrograding starting tomorrow on Monday, June 29th. So you might feel like you're stopping and starting, because here is Gemini, who's all about is ruled by Mercury, right? And it's so Mars is the planet of action. It's ruled by the sign. It is going into the sign of Gemini, which is Gemini's the conversations and things like that. Then you bring Mercury retrograde in, which is all about communication. You might not either. You send an email to someone, they don't get it. You set up a meeting, they can't make it. It might be delays in these things that you're trying to move forward because of the Mercury retrograde. The other piece of the shell I got to remember is Mercury is going to be retrograde in Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional sign.
In your feels.
You're going to be all in your feels.
Uh-oh.
So one thing to be cautious about is to not shoot off your mouth. And I say that a lot, guys, and I know that, but really,
we mean that always.
Right. You know, like
just what is the particular challenge around how that's going to come about this time?
Right. So with Cancer, you might be shooting off your mouth emotionally. You might be saying things to people in your home because Cancer rules the home. It rules family. You might be shooting off your mouth around your family, but also because we like to look at both sides of the coin, right? Right. We will say you might have really deep conversations with family. You might get things out in the open that you need to get out in the open. It might be, and again, it might be someone that is considered family. So it could also be, your loved one, like your partner. It could be, it could be a lot of things, but it's the places where you feel that emotion and that grounding in your home. So, we have folks that come here and help with my mom. And so it could be, I'm talking to them about stuff. So it's conversations, right? It doesn't have to be confrontations, but remember, if someone's coming at you, you may want to stop for a second and say, okay, I got to take a beat. I don't know where they're coming from, or maybe I do know where they're coming from, and we got to have this conversation. That can happen, guys. You might go over old ground. Okay.
Retrograde, right? You revisit old things, kind of reflect, and things come back around.
A lot of reflecting, yes. It's a great point. And other thing I will say is like a lot of times I say this to you guys, Mercury retrograde brings back exes. So, and with it being in Cancer, you may have some real emotional conversations with them. It could be conversations around closure, though.
Yeah.
Or it could be, someone comes back and says, hey, I've realized things and let's figure it out. And you can have a conversation around that. So Mercury retrograde is not always bad, but I will stress to you guys, don't get emotional if someone doesn't answer your email. They might not have gotten it. So you might need to follow up on that, or your message may get misinterpreted. So you want to be really clear during this time. Like I set up an appointment with someone and I said, what time do you want? And they gave me a time and I said, great, I will see you then. And I made sure that I confirmed and I made sure like, okay, I double checked, do you need the Zoom link again? Like really, I know it's a pain, guys, for the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks, because it ends on July 23rd. But honestly, like if you're trying to do stuff right now, and listen, we got to live life, right? If we're going to go do something, start work, start a relationship, whatever, we got to keep going, but it's just being aware of what could mesh up and how you can mitigate it. Yeah. So, the planet's got to go retrograde sometimes. There's times that we have to go in and reflect. We're moving all the time. If we don't integrate, it's not good we're not going to get the lessons, right? So, yeah. But hey, here's another layer of it. Here's another layer. How about full moon in Capricorn tomorrow on Monday, June 29th?
So everybody's in the feels about their reputation, theoretically.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So remember, guys, full moons are the pinnacle of energy. They're the highest they can be. They're a turning point. They can be endings, but they can be a turning point, right? So it may be, again, that it's like, you know what? I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it.
You know what?
Yeah. You know what? I've had it with you. No, but
I'm done with this.
I'm done.
This is what find a way to say that productively. Instead of like, you know what?
You know what? Yeah. That's when you start doing this, like you mean like when I start doing that. Yeah, sure, that could happen tomorrow. Sure. But it also could mean people are getting a promotion, or people like someone's moving out of an old position that they were in and they're moving into a new one. And so the full moon, like again, it's a turning point. And I do say it's endings, but remember, there's always a beginning. Like you end something, something else begins.
Right.
And so
something else can begin.
And the only way I personally think from an energetic standpoint, if you don't make room, you don't get something new in. Like you can't have all these things packed around
Fair.
you and not create some kind of room. You're holding on to things, and it's good. But I think give yourself the space to have these other things that you want in life, or give yourself the room for the things that you're trying to manifest. So I know we talk a lot about manifestation and how you can get things into your life. Well, take a look at the room. And if you don't have room in your life, why don't you have room? So I'm going to take relationships as an example, right?
Let's go.
If you want to do relationship, because I don't know, a lot, we worry about those things, which isn't a bad thing.
Too. Everyone does.
Everybody does. But it might mean that, like, if you're hoping for something, if you're like, oh, maybe I'll leave room for this person to come back around, or maybe I've stayed in something a little too long, like, how is there room for someone else to come in?
Yeah.
So this may be because we're at a full moon in Capricorn, we've got Mercury retrograde. It might be that, like, hey, I've been thinking about this for a while, and now kabang, one way or another. But right. But if you notice, like, a reputation thing pops up, Jules, that's a really great point. People, we all care about how people look at us and what our reputations are. So, and with our friends and it's not just work, it's like places that you want to leave a legacy. If you're volunteering, if, you are with a group of friends, like, just, it's the legacy. I look at it like reputation, but the legacy you want to leave behind, what you want to be known for.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe there's something else you want to be known for. And maybe a change like that. So I'm trying to show both sides, because sometimes I can get real, like,
maybe
oh shit, this is gonna be bad, Yeah.
Right.
But it's always changed for the better, guys. It's always changed for the better. It may not feel it at the time, but it's always changed for the better.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully tomorrow won't layer for us, like, somebody says something incorrectly at your job, you take offense to it, you get your feels about it, you pop off. We're going to try for that not to be what happens with how everything goes tomorrow. What would be the better scenario? Because now all I can think of is the bad one.
The other scenario is that, you go, say, work, you go into work.
Yeah.
Someone talks to you about a role. And you're like, I don't know if I'm really, like, but they're telling you, like, I think you'd be great for this role. We've been, looking at what you've been doing the past couple of months. You've been doing great. We want you to do this work. Obviously, like, we don't want them to take advantage of you, right, guys?
You're feeling good about it. You take it and you're like, okay, it feels good.
Right.
Feels good.
This feels good. Then that's a different scenario, right? But it's going to be the height. It's like it's a heightened energy. So, like, you might know it's coming, and then tomorrow is the day that it happens.
Interesting.
Now, here's the other thing, guys, for the pat that's coming up. We got
hands with it too. Here's the other.
Right. Here's the other thing. Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, goes into the sign of Leo. If you know our Leos, I love Leos. I love all the signs. We all got our goods and bads. Of course, I think Sagittarius and Aries are the best, but that's just me. But Jupiter and Leo. So our Leo is another fire sign. Leos like to be the star of the show. They like to show the skills they have. They like to be noticed. A lot of them have great hair. Leo's like, they have really good hair. So with Jupiter moving into the sign of Leo, for your things to expand, you're going to have to show your skills. You're going to have to show, like, you need to be the star of the show. You want to go for those opportunities. You want to get the things that you want. Well, it's going to be you. That is who it's showing you. You're going to have to talk about yourself. If you're not good at that, you got to get good at it. Talk about yourself, put yourself in the spotlight, take the risks, take the chances. So, we came out of Jupiter in Cancer, which was a lot of, like, we make our emotional connections. We expand through, like, again, family, people we know, things like that. This is people noticing you for what you do, what you know, how you are. And you, like, really can be owning it. Right. Now, again, and every situation is different, but the caution I will make here is don't think that, like, oh, that opportunity is below me. Like, you might need to take a second and think, is it really below me? Right. Because, hey, maybe the opportunity isn't exactly the opportunity you wanted. However, it could be that you get your foot in the door. So if you can say, wow, I see a real growth opportunity here. I got to start here, but I'm going to move up. I can see it. Great. So it might be that you do have to kind of check yourself a little bit. Like you're not better than the opportunity that's coming in front of you. Right. But also if it is an opportunity that you are better than, like it's got to be yourself. That's like, that's my self-esteem, not my ego. And there's a difference.
Yeah. And there's a difference.
You know,
right.
There's
100%. Yeah.
Right. So,
definitely.
ego is very, listen, we need to have ego, guys. We need to be able to like think a lot of ourselves. But when it turns into I'm getting hurt or insulted by somebody, self-esteem is like, well, that's what they decided and that's fine. I know I'm still a great person, as opposed to they're insulting me by offering me this offer. If it's really not that way. Right. Right. So it's a little bit of like, the king of the jungle, right? We know Leo's a lions. So the king of the jungle, queen of the jungle, the head of the jungle, they know they're great. They know they're awesome. And they just sort of live that way, but they're not, and they're showing people, because they got great hair too. Lions have great manes, right? But they're not out there like hurting other people. They're not out there doing things that would not be so egotistical. I always look at egotistical as I think I'm better than you no matter what. Whereas self-esteem's like I know I'm strong in these skills. I know what I'm doing. So there's a little bit of a different feeling to it. So that's the one thing I'll mention, because with Jupiter especially is expansion. You may go overboard, and not in a good way. You want to keep it to I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm powerful, not I'm better than you. So
right.
You got to learn, you got to balance it. So a lot of this stuff, guys, is learning how to navigate it and balance it, which I know sounds hard. It's not, because whatever happens in our lives, we can take it and use it. We can find a purpose with it, but sometimes it also, for me, it's like, oh, wow, I just really stuck my foot in my mouth. I need to shut up for like a little while and go sit down and think about what I've done.
Just take a break. Just take a beat. Just take a little break.
Take a beat. Yeah, take a beat. So I think that's also just a consideration too. So it's navigating things, yes. But if you know this and you know what you're working on, dealing with, like that in advance, and sometimes I gotta bite my tongue. Let me take a beat. Let me write this email when I'm in a better place. Guys, sometimes putting that email in drafts and letting it sit for a little while.
Yeah.
That is like one of my things, because sometimes I can shoot off an email that I'm like,
and it's like, oh wait, whoops.
The recall, I recall emails, and when people try to do that to me, I'm like, oh, what does it say that they're trying to recall? What are they doing? So you really don't recall.
It never works.
It never works. So put it in draft, even for an hour, when you can, like, take a second, take a beat, and maybe that's the email you got to send, but maybe it's not. Right.
Fair. Yeah.
So, those are just things to consider. So just to recap, everybody, we've got Mars moving into Gemini. So a lot of action happens through conversations, networking, all that kind of stuff. We've got Mercury in retrograde in Cancer. So everybody's going to be speaking from their fields. Things might be coming out of left field, things like that. But also you may have really deep, thoughtful conversations for those feelings. So just remember, but if you're traveling, double check what your flight is, how your car is, anything mechanical you want to look at. You just got to stay on top of the commerce of the world. If you're ordering things, like I'm this queen of ordering Amazon late. Like I got a thing on Thursday. I'll order it Tuesday. Hope it makes it on Thursday before the event.
Right.
I'm one of those. So you may need to order it sooner, guys, or you may need to have a backup. I'm like, oh, all right, let me shake it out of the bag. All right, I got to be there in an hour.
Let's go. Here we go.
Let's go. So that kind of stuff. Like if you have things that you're trying to get in the mail for events or things like that, or you're sending out invitations, double check on everything. We've got full moon in Capricorn. Turning point again has to do with your reputation. Hang in there. And then you have Jupiter and Leo. So again, opportunities will come from your skills and how you shine, but make sure you're not blind to them. Everybody's got to have a chance to see. So
that's like week 1, and we've been talking a little while.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot probably going to happen this month. I keep
Yeah.
hearing and seeing things that there are a lot of different transits, a lot of different things that are going down in
Yeah.
July.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have
Not
our new
that we
moon
can
and full
cover
moon.
them all today. Right.
Yep. New moon and full moon. We've got Neptune and Saturn going retrograde. We can talk all about that, guys. Well, like I said, we'll either do another live or we'll do a podcast, kind of catch you guys up on that stuff. But it's I think for the month of July, the big idea for you guys is to like go with what you know, trust your gut on things, right? So like be confident in what you're doing, but also know that, there may be a delay or something might happen that it's like this is only the first step. So
Mm.
it's a lot of inner reflecting. I think, if you guys are journalers, I would do that. If you guys or like, Jules and I get on and we call it the talking shit portion of our, of our discussion.
Of the conversation, right?
Right. So, if you got to do that, that's fine. But I would really reflect on things like, is this what you want for the rest of the year? We're coming into the second half of the year. We've gone past the summer solstice. So now we're losing a minute every day of sunlight, which bleh. But, because I'm a summer girl. But I think for you guys, it's a lot of like inner reflection,
Mm-hmm.
and I know everybody hates it when I say this, not that they hate it, but like meditation is going to help out a lot, or like walking calmly
Oh
outside and not
yeah.
having music on, or something where you get a chance to like hear your own thoughts. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be real helpful this month.
Yeah.
So, it's navigation, guys, and if you're from Boston, there was a DJ that was on. He used to have on an astrologer named the Cosmic Muffin on WBCN, which is not around anymore, unfortunately. But the Cosmic Muffin used to say is a fool that is ruled by the stars. So I think you got to know what's happening, but I also think you got to live life. So
Yeah.
yeah, just take precautions. That's like the most plan in
Yeah,
advance.
that's fair.
Take
Mm-hmm.
precautions, practice things, have backups. Like I perform wedding ceremonies, right? That's what's part of what I do. I'll
Yeah.
have the ceremony printed out on paper and on my iPad. So like if
Mm-hmm.
the iPad doesn't connect to the internet or I somehow I got a
Right.
paper copy. It's stuff like that, guys. It's that easy. It's that easy, you know? Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been talking for a while, Juice. How long we've been talking for almost a half
I
an hour
mean,
to
I don't know.
everybody.
Probably, yeah, because we were
Yeah.
what, like 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Anyway,
guys.
thank
Yeah.
you for hanging in there.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, but there's just a lot going on. And Mary asked me the other day, she was like, what do you think? Like, house switch, what should we do? And I was like, man, I don't know. I think we just need to do something for a little while each week, even if it's not every day, that's not looking at a screen. And I think that kind of
I
counts
love
with
that.
and I think when I was reminded that when you said that, like, go for a walk, meditate, my dreaded like journal. And I'm like, I know
Yeah.
I need to journal and I
Yeah.
don't wanna, but I think I'm gonna really try this month because things are kind of nuts and
Hmm.
it'll probably be a good way to get some of it out. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think
yeah,
and guys, I'm a big proponent of journaling, and I'm not always great with it. You know what I mean? There'll
it
be weeks that
works. I
but
just
it
get
does work.
frustrated.
Yeah. Because we are not sponsored by this website, guys, but I love this website, 750words.com.
Oh yeah.
I love this website. It's $5 a month, at a basic level, which I don't think is terrible because they will also 750 words is based on uh Julia Cameron's The Artist Way of the
Mhm.
morning pages. That's
Morning
what's
pages.
because the
Mhm.
3 pages come out to roughly about 250 words a page, 750 words. There it is. But
Yeah.
she'll say to like get up in the morning before you touch anything, you journal. She
Yeah.
says 3 pages. She says also longhand. She says, she doesn't say anything about the computer, but my thought is, guys, like you journal whatever way you need to. Like if you're not one to sit down and write 3 pages and you're gonna, type it into your computer, I think it's better. It's better than nothing. If you're someone who voice memos it, that's great. If you're someone who
Right.
draws your stuff, that's great. It doesn't matter. It's just getting that time, putting, your hands to either a keyboard or paper and getting those thoughts out. Because if you let them run around your head, I don't know about you, but yeah, I can start like circling where I'm making like a
Yeah.
track and I really shouldn't be. Like I should be going forward. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's just a thought for you guys. But whatever it is for you to get those thoughts out, I think is really
Yeah.
important because you can't think your way out of a situation if you're in the middle of it, guys. Usually, like you need something to kind of get your thoughts out and reflect. So even like I said, it's talking to a friend, going to have coffee with somebody, checking in with a mentor. I think all those things are great. So whatever you need to do,
Yeah.
but do something in addition to what you're doing now, is what I would say.
And retrogrades are times of reflection and review and everything. So that kind of
Yeah.
fits in, right? Maybe we'll make
Yeah.
it a productive Mercury retrograde
Yes.
season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
And if your
should
exes
we?
don't come back, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. That means you learned that lesson and moved on. So be
Yeah,
proud of
and
yourself.
everybody's moved on. Yeah. I think that's true. Yeah, there's nothing, don't be like, oh, my ex is definitely going to call me. Like sometimes that's a blessing, y'all. Sometimes
You're an
that's
ex
fine.
for a reason, maybe.
You're an ex for
Right.
a reason,
Sometimes that's fine.
that, like an old job may call you back, see if you want to come back yet. You might be like, no, I've left that job behind. It's fine. But yeah, no, that's
We're
usually
good.
we're good. It's all set. Oh, should we, I know we have some folks watching. Does anybody out there want a card? I'm not sure.
Does anybody
We
want
can
a
get,
card?
I'm happy I got my cards here. I'm happy to read if someone wants to type in the chat that they want a card. If not, I'll do one for, I will do one
We
for the
start
group.
collective
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
what pops up.
And see what pops up. All right. I will start should we start collective, Jules? We'll
I
start
say we
collective.
start collective.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, here they come. See, we said
Yeah, there
collective. We got two.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to start with collective for anybody who's watching. And then I see you guys
first.
Yes, go ahead, girl. You got some cards down? Or do you want me to go first?
Oh, I didn't bring any cards.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Mercury
Retrograde.
I didn't bring anything.
All right. So for the collective, I have the Queen of Cups, the Magician, and the Nine of Swords. So here's the thing, guys.
Ooh.
Queen of Cups, when we look at the Queen of Cups, we look at the energy. And the energy of the Queen of Cups is one that is loving, caring. She's someone that is in touch with her feelings. She's a nurturer. I liken her a lot to the like almost the Empress card, like that mother energy. So some of this for you guys is like, where do you need a nurture? Or do you need to do you need to talk to someone who can be a nurturer? Okay. And you need to be easier on yourself this month. I know that's easy to say, but really, like, if you think about the Queen of Cups, she really is like, come talk to me, tell me your things, like what's happening, and can be very mothering. Now, if you have someone that is like that in your life and that, you feel like would be good for you to like kind of let your heart go with them, it's a good time to do that. Okay. Then I have the Magician, and the Magician is someone who makes things happen. So we talked about Mars and Gemini. I look at the Magician as someone who can do anything with what they have, right? They pull from a bunch of different places. They're able to like create something from nothing. You guys can do that this month. Okay. So, the Queen of Cups may be encouraging you, but the Magician, like, you got that power in your hands. And the Nine of Swords, we don't love the Nine of Swords. It has to do with sorrow. It has to do with grief. It can do with worry and nightmares and things like that. But I like to look at the Nine of Swords as this is the time that it's rough, but with the Magician and the Queen of Cups around it, you are going to get lifted out of it. Okay. You need to be comforted right now. You need to deal with sorrow. You need to deal with things that are really bothering your heart. And I think this is a month to do that. That can be hard work. That's what we, a lot of times in the spiritual realm, we call it shadow work. But shadow really means that you're like looking at the things that you're trying to hide about yourself or that you really don't want to deal with. And, guys, if you heal that kind of stuff, if you work through that kind of stuff, there's more power in your heart and your life and your mind. So you come over a hurt, and listen, it doesn't mean you're going to be the same as you were before you had that hurt. You're not. Hurts can change you, but you still have you, and you still have your life, and you still have these things that you've created in your life that will support you through the tough times. So,
Mm.
just reminding everybody they're strong. You're all strong out there. Trust me. But you've got some sorrow things that you may be carrying that's like, well, but if we review it and we work with it, especially with the magician, because you have the resources to deal with it, you're going to be okay. All right.
Oh,
So
damn.
yeah, that was
All
a,
right.
yeah. All right. So, Elizabeth, my dear friend Lisa, is here. She goes by Elizabeth sometimes. But Lisa's here. So, Josh, Lisa got ahead of you first. So I am going to read Lisa first, and then you'll get your card. So hang in there, Josh. Hold on. All right. So, Lisa, I have the Five of Swords reversed. I have the Queen of Wands reversed, and I have the Ace of Cups upright. All right. So you have a new opportunity coming, something that is doing with your emotions. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean like Ace of Cups, everybody goes to relationships, right? Shush on the Elizabeth. Yes, ma'am. Um, the Ace of Cups is a lot about, like I said, relationships, but this can also mean things like you go to a job that you love, or there's an event that you go to. Like there's something coming here that I think is going to be bringing you back to life per se. Okay. The Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords reversed. I mean, we all don't love reverse cards. Not a big fan of them, but in this case, it's more of like, this is a time to sort of not step back, but like sit for a second, because you've done a lot of work. There's more to come. The Five of Swords tells me you've been fighting through a lot of things, but this time is coming to an end because the Ace of Cups is coming up. So it's like, you're turning a corner, the lights are coming on, you're not so much in the darkness. Again, now it doesn't mean it's going to switch completely, but it's almost like the sun's rising. It takes time to come up. It takes time to get to full power. This is what's happening, but the sun is coming over the horizon, Lisa. So more to come with this. I would say, the next 4 months, I think for you are going to be interesting. So July, August, September, October. So I think by October, it'll be a different story, but the dawn is breaking finally. So, but like I said, it's not going to be like, whoosh, we're all right now. It's like, I got to rise. 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 So you will. Okay. So hang in there, Miss Lisa. And, yes. So, all right. And then our dear Josh, who jumped from stream to stream to try to follow us. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes, Josh. All right, Josh, I've got the Lover's card reversed, the Nine of Wands upright, and the Knight of Swords reversed. So what I would say to that is that if this has to do with a relationship, what I would say is, hey, Elizabeth. So we have Elizabeth here too. I would say that like things seem hard right now around a significant relationship. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily have to mean a love relationship, but the Lovers does talk about a partnership. Knight of Swords to me, when it shows up, listen, I've always said, y'all know, I think Knight of Swords is Charlie Sheen, if y'all remember who Charlie is. And Knight is like Charlie when he was really struggling. Charlie, from what I understand, is doing better now. But I would say to you, like, if you have something in your life something or someone that isn't bringing out the best in you. So if you're working a job that's not bringing out the best in you, you have a relationship that's not bringing out the best in you, there's a habit that you're doing that's not bringing out the best in you. I'm not implying you're like Charlie Sheen habits, but I'm just saying, like, hey, I been in the refrigerator at 2:00 in the morning getting stuff out of the freezer for ice cream? Absolutely. So stuff, not the best habit for me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you might be clinging to something that makes you feel better, but it's not actually making you feel better. It's like, it's sort of prolonging the feelings that you're having of this like exhaustion from the Nine of Wands and like, I'm working my butt off and it's not getting me anywhere. So like, again, the example, if this is a job, you may be tying yourself to that job when it's really draining you. Okay. So what I would say, Josh, is during this time, especially with the, Mercury retrograde happening, the full moon, like you got a bunch of things happening at once. If I remember right, Josh, I think you're a Pisces, if I remember this right. So it's going to be some soul searching about what's good for you and what's not good for you. kind of thing. In Pisces, we like to, I mean, I have a Pisces rising, so I like to run and escape sometimes, like into art and things like that. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. Sometimes you got to just deal with that, put that 9 of Wands down and say, all right, I gotta take a minute. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Josh is a Pisces. So yeah, like it's, sometimes you're like, ooh, let me go look at like these beautiful things, like, and do these, and it's like, yeah, but you got the stuff you got to do over here. So it's like, it's facing it head on, Josh. I think that's what you're doing right now. Okay. All right. And then I saw Elizabeth, our friend Elizabeth D. So let's see what's happening here for Elizabeth. All right, Elizabeth, I have the Chariot, which is victory, which is a great card to get. I have the Star reversed, I have the 5 of Pentacles upright, and I pulled, you're welcome, Josh, and I pulled the King of Cups as kind of like a final, like, what's this all about? So I love victory. I love the Chariot, and the Chariot's like, hey, you got this, girl, right? So I feel like right now what you're waiting for to come through, like, I feel like you're in the middle of a process right now, Elizabeth. I feel like, you might have been starting to work on something last month, or like, just, I feel like May was significant. The 5 of Pentacles is telling me this. There is more to come. So this process has started. Ace of Pentacles upright, 4 of Wands reversed. Okay. The commitment isn't there yet for what is starting, but it is coming. I also think it has to do with money, that you're going to get some blessings out of this. So I would say, again, if it goes to a new job or a new position, more money coming, or just something that you're doing that's bringing in the more abundance in your life.
Nice.
But I know dear Elizabeth is an Aries.
Hey.
So, right. So she's like, now.
Let's
like,
go.
And I,
what do you mean?
And I get, and Lisa and I were both Sagittariuses, so I get it, because I wanted to move fast too.
It's like, started in May. It's almost July.
It's almost July. What is this? Come on.
Where are we?
But I think I feel it totally. But I think with keeping the road, like keeping on the road right now, is really the best thing you can do, because yes, I think I'm hearing a lot of, like, they're giving you all these options for possibilities. So here's a possibility you can do. Like she just wrote in the chat now, here's a possibility you can do. Like, it's all these things. So it's just like, you know what? You go for what you're doing. You stay on the road for what you're doing. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, but the detours, I don't feel like are where you want to take them yet. Like, so you're like, oh, I can take that exit. All right. You're like, say we're on a highway. I can take that exit. I can take that exit. Not your exit yet. So stay on the highway, keep moving, and the right exit will come up in front of you. But I just feel like it's like,
not quite there yet.
So like I said, not quite there yet. Someone might be offering you something and you're like, I would hold on and keep going down the road. Because there's a better place to be. There's a better place to be. So just hang in there with that, Elizabeth. I see things moving, and especially around money, I see things moving into a better place, new money coming in. I know it doesn't mean like you're working 2 jobs, so don't worry about that. That's not what I mean. I don't feel that at all. But it is more of like, hey, things are starting to unfold. The road is just, you got to travel a little further. So hang in there with that. Yeah. So guys, it's a interesting time in the world. We not only have things going on planetarily, but we have things going on, in the world itself, and in politics and healthcare and everything that's going on. We only can do so much. I think we just try to take care of ourselves, try to take care of each other as best we can, and things will continue to unfold. And if you have things you're passionate about, follow with those. But really right now it's about how you can stay joyful as best you can, or at the very least that you can feel like, yeah, I'm happy to be up this morning, and yeah, I might not be loving everything I'm doing today, but there's more to come. Today is just today. So do the best you can. That's all. So yeah, Julie, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, guys. We have been talking for a while, and I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with us.
Yeah, thank you all for coming.
We are going to do more lives, guys. We are going to get back and recording. Please hang in there with us. We love it that you come and see us. If you're watching on the replay, again, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And Jules, do you mind if I ask you to tell our friends how they can find us?
Oh, let's see if still can do this. Let's see.
Yes, you can. Yeah,
Uh,
girl.
so you can find us at High Priestess Hike Club on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, um, and I think TikTok maybe still. We'll see. I'll
Yes,
double
we're on
check.
TikTok.
See, see, I had to be reminded. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're on
find us
TikTok.
there. You can also find us at our website at hypeclub.live. You can find Mary at marydalba.com, and you can find me at julieatkinson.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We have our
and we're
services
here.
on there, guys. We're here. More to come. And you're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome, guys. I'm so glad you guys come and see us every time. We appreciate it. Thank you for finding us. And just remember, we will see you next time, and you are magic.